I am so glad that we can be together today. Now, I know I'm on this side of the computer and you're on that side of the computer, but I just want to think about us all in the same room at a conference together. And I want you to know that even though you're there and I'm here, I can hear you. I can hear you cheering, singing along with me. And I even brought confetti. Yay, I just imagine us, coming onto the stage with confetti. And I'm ready to just have a really fun time with you today because we are talking all about scaling our businesses for solopreneurs. Now, let me introduce myself. My name is Melissa Kellogg Lueck, and I am crooked. I am coming at you from Colorado. And I am a marketing and business coach for Solopreneur Women. And I help my clients to create all the revenue and impact that they want while having a life that they love. And so that's what we are here to talk about today. And I am originally from Colorado. I have been a business owner and a solopreneur for 15 years. I have an MBA in marketing. And through all of my experiences, I have learned that it's not only what we are doing, but also what we are thinking and the mindset that we have that creates everything that we want in our lives and in our business. So I am so excited to be here with you today. And a little bit nervous, so I'm just going to settle down. I'm pretending I'm on stage, so, but really I'm just here in my office. Okay, so scaling for solopreneurs. That is our subject for today. I am going to, like I said, my name is Melissa Kellogg Lueck, and you'll notice I am using a flip chart. And I decided to kind of buck the trend. I know most fancy people like myself are using PowerPoints and all of that. And I wanted to just kind of do something a little different and get away from the PowerPoint. I feel like I have so much more energy and fun when I'm standing up, and I wanted to just have fun with you today. So we're doing flip charts, and this is also me modeling for you that you can do things simply and also have a massive impact. And so that is my hope for you today, is that you have massive ahas and takeaways from this presentation on how you can take your business to the next level and scale it even as a solopreneur. And so I want you to take down my information so that we can keep in touch. We are having prizes during this presentation today. So I'm going to be telling you more about that, but I want you to jot down any ahas and takeaways that you have and post them on social media and tag me either on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. And when you do that, I will gift you with a free scaling strategy session, one-on-one with me, no pitch guaranteed. And so let's get to it. All right, we ready? We need a little more confetti. Woo! All right, and I'm going to be asking questions. And remember, I can hear you, so I want you to shout them out. And when you do, I am going to throw that confetti. So you'll know for sure that I can hear you because I'm going to be throwing confetti. Okay, now, introduction. Who am I? Oops, here, I'm going to actually move this. Woo, we're going to have a malfunction there. All right. Okay, we're good. Are we good? We're good. So first is our introduction. Who am I? I told you a little bit about that. You're in the right place if you are a solopreneur. You want to be doing less in your business and making more, and you're not quite sure how to do that and what it's going to take to get there. And so if any of those apply to you, you are in the right place. You are also in the right place if you are not a Fortune 500 company. We are solopreneurs. We do not scale our businesses like Fortune 500 companies. And so we are going to be talking about the way real people like you and me scale our businesses and make a buttload of money. Okay, so that's what we're in for. So how this is going to work is what I just mentioned to you a moment ago, that we are going to be having prizes. So you will answer questions, and when you have an aha or an answer to a question that you want to post on social media, you can post, and I will bring up my information again, and tag me, and I will gift you with a free scaling strategy session, no pitch guaranteed, where we can dig into your business, one-on-one session with me. So, and I just wish that we could all, like I said before, be together in person, doing this in person, but that's my next best thing, right? Is we can do it one-on-one. Okay, so what is scaling? And so, like I said before, I have an MBA, and this is probably not the definition that I was taught in my textbooks, but I've been a solopreneur and an entrepreneur for 15 years. And as a solopreneur, this is how I define scaling for us. It is, simply put, it's doing less and making more money in a sustainable way, sustainable and aligned way. And so we're going to talk more about what that means. And I'm going to offer you some mindset shifts today about thinking about scaling your business. First of all, there is no right way to do it. You are the CEO of your company, and you get to decide, right? So what we are going to talk about today gives you that latitude and that freedom within the plan, the framework that I'm offering. So there is no fountain of scaling wisdom. Okay, that's your other mindset shift. All of the scaling wisdom that you need, you already have. You know what is going to be the best way to scale your business. And so I encourage you to really draw upon your own wisdom and trust yourself and trust your desires and trust your own knowing, okay? And so scaling can seem scary and hard. And that is completely normal. It's not a problem, because what we're doing is we're growing. And anytime we're growing, whether we are a tiny tomato plant or a human being, growth is always painful, right? And so our default or our primitive desire is to stay safe and stay simple and efficient. And scaling and growing a business is not any of those things. And so it creates kind of that primal fight or flight type feeling inside of us where we just feel uncomfortable. And it's not a problem. We can continue to grow and scale even within that discomfort. So, and I might add to that if you are feeling that discomfort, that probably means you're on the right track. So good. Okay. So for a confetti throw, can you tell me, true or false, there is a right way to scale? Did you say false? You're right. Woohoo! There is no right way to scale. I'm going to offer you a framework today, but you get to decide what is the right way for you. Okay. So there are 3 steps to scaling. The first step is to know where you are and where you need to focus. The second step is to know where you're going. And the third step is to know what you need to get to the next step, to the next stage. And so we're going to go through each of these. This is what I'm going to be talking about today, is these 3 steps to scaling. And remember, we keep it very simple in this training, because we're not Fortune 500 companies. We're solopreneurs. We need to keep it simple and doable, and then we know it's going to get done, right? Okay. Okay. So step 1 is knowing where you are and where you need to focus. So the stages of scaling your business. So what you're going to do in this stage is you're going to be identifying where you are on this cycle, okay? And I'm going to just shift up my things here. And I got to turn off my heater in my office. It's definitely not hot now that I'm all standing up and moving around. Okay, so the stages of scaling. And so what I want you to be thinking about as I'm talking about and defining each one of these is where in this cycle are you? So the first cycle that we always start out in, and what you'll start out in, what you have started out in as you've started your business, is that you are in the stage of growing demand. And so when we're in the growing demand stage, we are filling our current capacity. We know what our current capacity is. Like for me, I'm a one-on-one coach, and I have 15 spots for 15 clients. And so that's my current capacity. I know what that capacity is. And so at this point in my business, I am growing my demand. I'm getting out, connecting with as many people as possible, creating greater visibility for myself, making offers, doing all of the marketing and sales things that I need to be doing to grow and fill up my capacity, right? And so that is my focus. The focus in this stage is marketing and sales, and then client fulfillment, because obviously we're having people coming in and we are, clients coming in and we're serving them. Okay. And then we move to filling our capacity. Okay. And when we get to that stage, we have no more spots left in our calendar, in our business slots, however you define it, for your business. So there's no more room for more clients the way you are currently running your business. So if you want to help and serve more people and make more money, but there's not enough hours in the day, you need to think about, what am I going to do right now? And what am I going to do going forward? Do I want to increase my capacity, which might be hiring somebody, and we're going to talk more about this in a little bit, or raising your price. So as far as what you can do right now, the first thing is you can raise prices and you can start a wait list, right? Those are things that you can do right now to address your full capacity. And you can be creating that wait list and booking further out, right? If you're a service-based business. And I work primarily with service-based businesses. So a lot of what I'm talking about is going to be using those types of examples. So you can apply it in that way to your specific business. And obviously, if you have questions, I can't wait to answer those and be a part of the panel discussions. And you're always welcome to reach out to me on social media and direct message me or so forth. So we filled our current capacity. Our choice is right immediately. We can raise our prices, which will throttle back demand, right? And we can start a wait list and start booking further out, okay? And your focus in this stage is to continue selling. You don't want to stop selling here, because when you stop selling in this stage, you start to create this up and down cycle, like, oh, I'm full, oh, I'm empty, oh, I'm full, oh, I'm empty. Well, if you can keep that steady by continuing to sell and creating that wait list, raising the prices, booking further out, and that's how you want to handle this stage. And thinking about how you can best serve those clients that are having to wait. So just because you can't bring them in and start serving them right away does not mean that's a bad thing. That does not have to be a problem. There are lots of ways that you can continue to serve them, and you can think about how and ask yourself, how is this the best thing for them that they have to wait? I have a hair in my lip gloss. Do you ever get that? Whew. Ugh, that's annoying. Anyhow, that's what happens when you start throwing confetti around. So next, we are going to talk about this third stage. I'm a mess, which is our decision time, right? In this stage of scaling, you will be deciding on the next step that you're going to take. And you probably, if you follow this program that I'm offering to you today, you will already pretty much know what you're going to be doing here. But you want to just be making that decision in that time when you have a sense of your demand, when you have a sense of what you want to be doing, what's going on in your life, and all the considerations that we as women solopreneurs have, right? So you get to decide at this point, what is the next step that you're going to take to increase your capacity? Do you want to create the capacity to help more people and make more money? Or do you want to just create the capacity to make more money? Because you can do that by simply raising prices, right? And this decision is a decision for just at this point. So we are going to be continuing to go around this circle in the life cycle of our business. So you get to make a decision just for now, right? What is the best decision right now? And do I want to, there's, obviously different options here. You can hire help. So do you envision becoming a manager, right? Where you have more people that are working under you and you can increase your capacity that way. Or would you like to create a one-to-many offering, whether it's like a group program or a course or a class? And the other option is to raise prices and keep capacity the same. So you get to decide, and we're going to discuss all those options shortly and how you make that decision. But you're going to make the decision here, and you're going to sell yourself on this decision. You have to sell yourself first before you can sell anyone else on it. Because remember, none of your clients are going to be more sold on what's best for them than what you're sold on, right? So I've seen this a lot in myself and in my colleagues, that when they're moving to group options, we go from being a one-on-one coach to maybe doing group coaching, but we really still believe that one-on-one coaching is the best and are not sold on group coaching. So therefore it becomes very difficult to sell anyone on group coaching, anyone that we want to be in that program, right? So first we've got to sell ourselves on that option and how it is the best decision, the best place for our clients to be. So, and then you're going to get to work on creating the capacity, right? So you make your decision, you decide how you're going to do it, and then you get to work creating the capacity. And I think, let's see, one thing I didn't mention in the decision time step is really your focus here is less on sales and marketing, and it's more on, the operational and the preparation for creating more capacity, because you have a lot of demand already coming in. So in this stage, you want to really be focusing on client fulfillment and those folks that are on the waiting list, or if you're hiring people to help you, obviously, then you're onboarding people, and that's going to be your focus in this decision time part. And then we move over here to creating more capacity. So in this stage, you are implementing what you decided here, and you're creating what you decided to create in this last step. So if you decided to create a group program, then you're creating that here. If you decided to hire some more people to help you, you're doing that here. And getting that plan in place, putting that plan in place, and your focus is less on selling because you've already grown your demand. The demand is coming in, and your focus is more on client fulfillment and creating your next offer, or your staff, or however you're going to scale up your new pricing structure, the new programs that you're going to have, and getting it ready to launch. And so that's really your focus in this stage. So I'm going to have a little drink of water. And for a confetti throw, can you tell me which stage, and you can write this down, you need to write this down, which stage are you in currently? Identify your stage and shout it out to me. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, okay, excellent. Yay. Most of my clients are in the stage of growing demand. So that's a very common one. So I hear you out there, you growing demanders. Okay, so next now that we know where we are, our next step is to know where we are going. So in order to know where we are going, we need to create a simple plan. And you know I love the word simple, so I'm going to say it again, a simple plan for scaling your business. And so if you post one of your ahas and post one of your ahas and tag me and take advantage of the scaling strategy session, we will go through all of this, right? That's one thing I will do with you that will, I'm telling you, be worth its weight in gold. When I first did my simple scale plan, it just changed my life. I had never really, as a solopreneur, you don't really think a lot about planning and long range planning and midterm planning and all that. Sounds way too corporate and fancy. So that's why I use the simple scale plan. And so what that does is basically you're just planning out how you see your business going through these stages. What is your vision? And so you can think about, what is your vision? These are the considerations I want you to have when you're creating your simple scale plan. What is your vision for your company? How do you see this all playing out? And I know you have a vision in there. We all do, okay? And a lot of us, me included, it took me years to actually admit and say out loud that I wanted to create $1 million coaching business, helping women to earn tons of money and have the life they love and just fully live into their full identity. It took me a long time to just kind of come out of the closet with myself on that's my vision for myself and my business. And so what is your vision, right? What is the lifestyle that you want to have? Do you want to be managing a team and, maybe working just 2 or 3 days a week? And do you want to have the freedom to travel and, explore your hobbies and interests? What is kind of the lifestyle that you want to have? For me, I still have young kids at home. And so the lifestyle that I want to have allows me to spend a lot of time with them and be available and present with them in their teenage years. And so I really want to, that's the lifestyle I want, and be able to take them and travel and help them to see the world while they're still young. So you also want to think about, what are the operational, say that 10 times fast, realities of your business. Now, some of you are going to have businesses that it's going to be, a little bit of a tricky thing for you to, only work 2 days a week or whatever it is. Maybe your vision is to personally be teaching on a daily basis. And so then, that would not allow you to teach only or work only 2 days a week, or, each business is different. So just think about the operational realities of your business and how that fits in. And then think about, how much money do you want to make? And we don't really often ask ourselves that, but and we certainly don't ask young girls that when they're coming up in school. How much money do you want to make, right? So think about that. How much money do you want to make? And where do you want to take this? And it's totally possible for you. I believe it 100%. And I believe also that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I believe that you can make great money and make a great impact on the world, and also be a good mom and a great wife. And so think about what you really want, because you can create that. I believe it. And you have so many choices. So just explore all of those. And then just think about, what are all of your options, right? What are the options for your business? And maybe you don't even know all of them right now, and that's fine. So as you are, okay, I'm not ready to go to that yet, but I want to just talk about the scale plan. think about each of the different stages of your business, of this wheel, and how you see things changing over the next 3 years in each of these phases. So, for example, for me, I am a one-on-one coach. So then once my one-on-one coaching practice gets filled up, what am I going to do next? Well, maybe I'm going to do a group program, right? And so then I do a group program and create that and get the demand for that. Once that fills up, what's my next choice? Maybe I'm going to do a 2 group programs, right? And kind of play it out that way. Just what that would look like. Just thumbnail sketch of how much revenue each of those things is going to generate, and how much you want to make, right? Taking all of these into consideration. Okay, so for a confetti party, can you tell me, what is your aha from here? What do you love about knowing where you're going? Okay, I'm listening. Ready? Okay, yay! You love the simple scale plan. I know, I do too. I love it. It's amazing. And it's, I would love to go through this in detail because it really does help to go through this with a coach. I would love to go through it with each one of you. So if you just go on social media and say, I love the simple scale plan, and tag me, you're in, baby. Okay, next, you need to know what you need to get there. So to get to that next step, and I'm going to scroll down my notes here. Let's see. Okay. So when in this step, this is all about knowing what you need in order to get to that next step, to that next stage. Okay. And what I always tell my clients is you got to start with the end in mind. Anything that you're planning, you want to be planning and making decisions for the business that you want to have. Not for the business you have right now, but for the business that you're building, the future that you're building, okay? And that will help you to make really amazing decisions. So you're going to start with the end in mind. And then you need to think about your mindset, okay? So you've created your scale plan, you know where you're going, where you want to be going. And one thing I didn't mention with that is that I recommend that you revisit it regularly, like every 6 months, go back. The plan is not written in stone, okay? We never write that plan in stone. We write it in pencil. We go back, or in dry erase marker for me, we go back and we tweak it every 6 months. And I do that with my clients. And that it helps you to actually, you're keeping that end goal in mind. For me, it's like, I want $1 million coaching business. I'm keeping that in mind. But so that's the end that I have in mind. But all the steps to get there, I'm not going to know exactly what those are. What I'm doing in my simple scale plan is saying, oh, this is how I think it's going to go. I go out and try it. Things work, things don't work. We come back 6 months later, we look at the scale plan, and we make adjustments. And so that's how that works, okay? So we're starting with that end in mind. And then we have to really think about, what is the mindset? What do I need to be thinking and believing to get to that next step? So for example, if you're in the phase of growing your demand, you need to think about, what are the thoughts and beliefs that you need to be having now to get fully booked, right? So for me as a one-on-one coach, what are the thoughts and beliefs I need to be having and working on developing and growing in order to become a fully booked coach? And that's the mindset. And then out of that, those thoughts and those feelings, that's where actions are going to come in, right? We will develop all the things that we need to do in order to get to that next level. And then others, we also need to get their community, right? I highly recommend community. And I have been, the first 10 years of my business, I was a DIYer. And let me tell you, it did not work. I tried to DIY everything and I got a little to nowhere with my business. And so not until I became, much more apart, started surrounding myself with other entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. Once I hired a coach, then everything started to change for me. And so I recommend that you involve others in this plan, your community, your coach, and that's what you're going to need to get there. So one thing that I want to really talk about as your mindset shift for scaling your business is that early in your business, when you're growing your demand, we are often we are making money with our actions, right? With our own efforts. And as we grow and as we scale, the important thing to remember is that we also need to grow and scale our mind and our thoughts, our level of thought leadership. And so I have a story for you that really illustrates that so well. So back in 1950 something, two brothers started a fast food chain, which is now known as McDonald's. And in the early days, they were the ones that were serving the hot dogs, flipping the hamburgers. But as they began to grow, they actually developed this whole concept of fast food, right? And their thinking began to up level as their business was scaling, right? So they were thinking about, how can I offer greater value to my customers? How can I serve them faster and get them the food that they want in the time that they want it? And so as they began scaling, they began coming up with more and more ideas. And then in came their partner, Roy Kroc, and who eventually ended up buying, in 1963, I believe, ended up buying the restaurants and the idea. And he grew that into the McDonald's chains that we know today. And so this is such a great example of scaling. So early in your business, you're the one doing all the work, doing all the things. But as you grow, as the demand grows, as the customer base grows, your thought leadership and your thinking, your mindset needs to grow as well. And so then the further you get away, early in your business, you're going to be making money with hands-on, right? Later, as you're scaling, you're making money with your thoughts, your thinking, the value that you're creating in your business. And so just think about that and how you're scaling your business. And that is my mindset shift for you. And this is how you scale your solopreneur business, folks. Very simply. And that's what I have for you today. And I hope this masterclass has been super valuable. Remember, for our final, I'm going to go get my sheet here. Make sure you write down, take note. I'm sure you can find me on social media, but I am Melissa Kellogg Lueck. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. And for your scaling simply strategy session and another confetti shower, make sure and just jot down right now your biggest takeaway. I hope this has been super valuable. I look forward to interacting with all of you and hearing your questions and your thoughts. And I would love to help you create the simple scale plan and set you on that path of growth and scaling your business to the level that you dream of. So thank you so much. Here we go. Woohoo! Thanks, you guys. Have a great one. Goodbye.